All right, let's take you to this now. The Standing Committee on Finance and Select Committee on Finance held a joint meeting to discuss its report on the budget. One of the sticking points, as you'd remember, has been the proposed VAT increase. And the committee recently holding public hearings on the budget. Let's now get the very latest. SABC News parliamentary reporter Bulelani Philip joins us live now. Bulelani, good afternoon to you. Has there been a consensus?
Good evening to you, Bongiwe, and to the viewers at home. Of course, it's been an eventful day after an 8-hour-long meeting. Of course, the political parties are at the loggerheads around the proposal by the finance minister to actually propose a 0.5% VAT hike for this year starting in the 1st of May. But of course, in the committee, the parties were actually making various proposals around how they want to go around if the proposal to scrap VAT is actually hiked. But of course, if you look at parties like the DA, they completely actually are against any VAT hike. If you look at parties like the MK party as well as the EFF, they are saying that the alternative is to actually increase wealth tax as well as corporate tax in terms of trying to recover what would have been generated as a result of the VAT hike. But on the other hand, Action SA actually sponsored a motion that was eventually supported by the ANC, which says that the proposal of a 0.5% VAT hike must be put on hold, and then the National Treasury must be given about 30 days to actually investigate other revenue generation streams that could actually offset the VAT hike. The chairperson of this Standing Committee on Finance is Dr. Joe Maswanganyi, who now joins me. Quite an eventful day, as I've said. Of course, also the lines of legalities, the process of the committee. In the end, what is the recommendation that the committee is going to put to the National Assembly tomorrow?
Thank you to the viewers of SABC. At the end, the Standing Committee on Finance has adopted a report on the fiscal framework with recommendations. It is standard throughout that members don't just accept the report as it is. They make recommendations. And that's what happened in this meeting. Effectively, the report of the committee has been adopted. It will be ATC'd tonight. That is the normal channel of making the report to be official towards it to be tabled tomorrow at the sitting of the National Assembly.
For the benefit of our viewers, can you just outline what those proposals are?
The long and short of the proposal is that the report be adopted. The minister is requested to look at the issue of the VAT, which the stakeholders have raised sharply. There was no way in which we could table a report and ignore what the stakeholders have raised. Otherwise, we'll be making a mockery of the public hearings. We were making sure that we take into consideration the views that were raised by the stakeholders on the issue of the VAT. And given the time that the minister has been requested to look at this issue, we believe that he will come back and tell us as to what he thinks with his team in cabinet can be the best way. But we have not reached a stage where we say that the minister does not have powers to do this and that. We are not taking away the minister's powers in terms of tax, because we will be overreaching as the Legislative Assembly.
Previously, he said that he did actually investigate other alternative revenue generation schemes, but it came to the conclusion that the hike of VAT is the appropriate one, at least for now. Now, are you hopeful that he's going to change his mind, given that he's done this assessment before?
He said that when they were processing the report at the executive level, that's cabinet. This is parliament. It's another arm of government. We listen to the people that have elected us to come to this parliament. It is up to the minister to come back to parliament, as he's also a member of parliament and accountable to parliament, to say, this is the route that I think can be done. Remember, he does not take a decision alone. because this is not the budget of the Department of Finance. This is the budget of the Republic. So we believe that he will consult his colleagues in cabinet. But what we must make it very clear, we did not amend the fiscal framework. We are not taking back the fiscal framework to the minister. We have adopted the fiscal framework, of course, like we have done any other years, like in 2018. 2018, we dealt with this matter, and there were recommendations regarding the issue of the VAT. So it's not the first time that we process the VAT issue in this manner.
In one word, the other parties are warning that they will take this report to court. Can it stand legal scrutiny?
It will not be right for me to speak for judges. South Africa is a constitutional democracy. As Parliament or as this committee, we have done what is required of us by the rules of the committee.
All right, thank you so much. Dr. Joe Maswanganyi, the chairperson of the Standing Committee on Finance. We're going to leave it at that, Bungiwe, and cross back to you in studio.
All right, thank you very much, Bulelani. Interesting to hear there from the chair as to how then do they chart a way forward. It's going to be interesting to see then if the minister does what the committee has actually mandated him to now do. But thank you so much for bringing us up to speed there. That's SABC News parliamentary reporter Bulelani Philip.